Peace, brothers and sisters in humanity. I hope you're all well. Anyway, today we came to talk about Maqam Ibrahim. Okay? We're going to get it from the Quran. First of all, we've got to listen to this brother saying the Sunnist point of view, what Maqam Ibrahim is. And then we go through the Quran and we put verses together and let you. Right. At the end of this, I'm not going to translate. I'm not going to translate it until the end of the video, because I don't want to put anything. Well, should I not? If I don't do it, so it's like a little gap in it. But I'm going to say my opinion at the end of the video. Not my opinion. What I read from this verses, what that word means. But I'll do it at the end of the video, so you can obviously you already have an idea, and see how close we are to that idea. Okay, let's do that. It's just like a little test. Okay, let's listen to the brother what Maqam Ibrahim is.
What is the Maqam Ibrahim? So the Maqam Ibrahim is, well, literally Maqam Ibrahim means where Ibrahim stood. So where Ibrahim alayhi salam stood, right? And Maqam Ibrahim basically is like a small golden container, right? I mean, it's big, as in it's taller than the normal head height of a person, but inside it is a stone that is the miraculous stone on which Ibrahim alayhi salam stood, right? And the stone miraculously came up and down. It operated like a lift as he was building the Kaaba. That's Maqam Ibrahim, and it has the mark of his footprint on it. Okay? Now, the structure where it is now known as Maqam Ibrahim. That golden dome structure, that's the Maqam Ibrahim. Alright? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us in the Quran, وَاتَّخِذُوا مِن مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلَّى, that make the Maqam Ibrahim a place of prayer. And based on that, we pray the 2 rakats after Kaaba. And
okay, you heard that, yeah? So, I don't know, what is it with this ritual with the Sunnism and stones? Honestly, it's always stones there. Let's talk about it, yeah? You go around the stone, and then you kiss the stone, right? And then you go about Maqam Ibrahim, which is a stone, and then you go to Arafat, that mountain, which is a stone, and you go from stone to another stone, and then you go and throw stones at the devil. It's all stones, isn't it? It's all stones. It's amazing, isn't it? It's always a stone somewhere. All right, guys. All right, what I did, all right, I'm going to show you this. All right, this is how I do things. All right, this is really old. So I've got Ibrahim here, yeah. So all the verses about Ibrahim are written here. So I went to them and just extracted a few verses from here, and this is the whole story of Abraham, right? The whole story of Abraham. All the verses about Abraham or anything to do with it, I took it away and written it separately. So when I do my research or I want to learn something about the story of Abraham, I always go back to that, so I don't have to read the whole Quran. It says it helps as well. This is what Rattil al-Quran tartila. Put it in line. All the verses that have have the same subject, you just put them together, all together, and then you extract whatever you want from them. And obviously, I'll explain one more thing to you, how I do things, all right? How I believe the Quran is asking me to do things. So, all right. Now, that verse he was talking about, he said that is actually chapter 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 125, right? وإذ جعلنا البيت مثابة للناس وأمنا واتخذوا من مقام إبراهيم مصلى. Alright, this verse, read it to the end. I don't need the end. It's not because it's not important. It is important for another subject. But I just need, for this subject I'm doing now, I just need this bit. Otherwise, I'm going to have to translate it. It just takes a lot of time. And the video is going to be long. And I try to really simplify things to a maximum, right? So in English, we have made the bait, which is a home, a focal point for the people, right? Focal point for the people, and take from the status or position. That status is really is spot on, I think. The status of Ibrahim, Musala. I'm not going to translate it, yeah? I'm going to leave it, yeah? So, and if you notice with me, yeah, it's all about people, yeah? There's no Muslims, there's no Christians, there's nothing. It's all about people. All about people, right? Okay. Now, to understand this verse, right? So Allah is asking me to take something from the status of Abraham, take it as a musalla, yeah. So that was chapter 25, right? But to understand that, we have to go back to chapter 24, which is ayah 124, which is chapter 2, the same chapter, but ayah is before it, not after it, before it, 124. وإذا ابتلى إبراهيم ربه بكلمات فأتمهن قال إني جاعلك للناس إماما, to the end of the verse, because I don't have to translate it because I don't need it for this subject, right? Recall that Abraham was put to the test by his Lord through certain commands, and he fulfilled them. Allah said, I'm appointing you an imam for the people. Listen, for the people, an imam. He's an imam, right? A preacher, whatever you want to call him. Yeah? Not a preacher, like an imam. It's a leader, it's a guide. He is the imam. He is the only imam, and the prophets. Obviously, the prophets are imams as well. But there's no other imam apart from prophets. Don't exist. No priests, no rabbis, no middleman, nothing. Okay, all right. So now, all right. He's the imam. Ibrahim is the imam of the people, or for the people. Okay, we know that. We know one thing about Abraham now. Yeah. Okay. Now we go to stay in chapter 2, but ayah 130. وَمَنْ يَرْغَبُ عَنْ مِلَّةَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ إِلَّا مَنْ سَفِهَ نَفْسَهُ وَلَقَدْ اصْطَفَيْنَاهُ فِي الدُّنْيَا وَإِنَّهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ لَمِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ. Who would forsake the way of Abraham except one who fools his own soul? We have chosen him, Abraham, in this world, and in the hereafter he will be with the good doers. Salihin. I translate as the good doers, right? But some people say it's righteous. It's up to you. So, who would forsake the way of Abraham except one who fools his own soul? Because Abraham was chosen in this world, and in the hereafter he will be with the winners. All right? Let's just say, call them the winners. Right? So, it's already guaranteed he's a winner, and whoever doesn't choose his way, it's like fooling himself. Okay. Let's go to chapter 3, ayah 67. آل عمران. ما كان إبراهيم يهوديا ولا نصرانيا ولكن كان حنيفا مسلما وما كان من المشركين. Abraham was neither a Jew nor a Christian. He was a monotheist, Muslim. He never was an idol worshipper. So what we know from this verse, he was a monotheist and he was not an idol worshipper. Okay? That is Abraham. Okay? Now, Al Imran, same chapter, ayah 68. إن أولى الناس بإبراهيم للذين اتبعوه وهذا النبي والذين آمنوا والله ولي المؤمنين. To the end of the verse, yeah? The people most worthy of Abraham are those who followed him, and this prophet is talking about Prophet Muhammad here, yeah? And those who believed Allah is the Lord and Master of the believers. Okay? So we know. We need to be worthy of Abraham and the prophets, yeah? But Abraham is always mentioned by name, yeah? And now, chapter 3, ayah 95. قل صدق الله فاتبعوا. This is Allah telling the Prophet Muhammad, yeah? قل صدق الله فاتبعوا ملة إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين. Say, Allah has proclaimed the truth. You shall follow, this is the truth. You shall follow the way of Abraham, monotheism. He never was an idol worshipper. And there's a chapter here, I forgot to write it down actually, is it tells the Prophet, you are in the way of Abraham. Yeah, I asked the Prophet to be on the way. إنك على ملة إبراهيم. He told the Prophet Muhammad he's in Abraham's way. Okay. So, I finished because I don't think I need any more than that, because I needed to find out what the Musala is, what Ibrahim Musala is, okay? And Allah is telling us to take it, okay? To take it as a Musala, okay? So I needed to go in the Quran and find out what really Abraham's attributes and deeds, to find out what do I need to follow. But here I need to follow Abraham because he was a monotheist, he was an idol worshipper, and he's an imam, and we've been told to follow him, to follow his way. So, what I get from this, okay? Let's just listen to that again, okay? See what if you get that from here, okay? From these verses, right? If you get what this guy is saying about.
What is the Maqam Ibrahim? So the Maqam Ibrahim is, well, literally Maqam Ibrahim means where Ibrahim stood. So where Ibrahim alayhi salam stood, right? And Maqam Ibrahim basically is like a small golden container, right? I mean, it's big, as in it's taller than the normal head height of a person, but inside it is a stone that is the miraculous stone on which Ibrahim alayhi salam stood, right? And the stone miraculously came up and down. It operated like a lift as he was building the Kaaba. That's Maqam Ibrahim, and it has the mark of his footprint on it. Okay? Now, the structure where it is now known as Maqam Ibrahim. That golden domed structure, that's the Maqam Ibrahim. Alright? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us in the Quran, وَاتَّخِذُوا مِن مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلَّى, that make the Maqam Ibrahim a place of prayer. And based on that, we pray the 2 rakats after Kaaba. And ulama also say that, Maqam Ibrahim...
So they turned it into a ritual. That is exactly what they've done. So I'll forget about all this Ibrahim, Hanifa, all this is the Imam, and then I make I dig a couple of holes and I say he stood here. So that's his status. So is there anything, if you follow this, what they say in this, yeah? Right. This, yeah? How do you follow that? What example are we going to take out of it? What is it? Because I look at it, there's 2 holes on the ground made of stone, and there's nothing I can learn here. Or do I take what Abraham was like, and I advise everyone to go and read the story of Abraham and put all the verses together and learn from the stories of Abraham, because that's everything. It's everything, right? It's everything. It's how the way of Abraham went out there looking, questioning everything and looking for the truth. That's what it's all about. And how even after, he was born with his people. All his people were doing the same thing. But he thought, no, this doesn't make sense to me. So I've got to question everything. It's a very fascinating story as well. Do you know what I mean? Fascinating. A lot to learn from it. A lot to learn from it. So, finally, I'll tell you what I think the word Musala is. It's either a target or a model. That's the word Musala. In Arabic, I didn't even need to go out the Quran to try to find an explanation for that or translation for that word, Musala, because in Arabic it's something to follow. It's the second, the first in the race, yeah, which is the same thing, really, when you think about it. Even in Arabic language, it's almost the same thing. This is, but I think as a model or a target, so we need to reach. We need to actually copy. So if anyone wants to actually be guided, he needs to copy what Abraham's done when he was with his people. So I'm saying you need to copy that. So you need to start by questioning your beliefs, whatever, not your beliefs, yeah. Whatever you other people put into your head, you have to start questioning it first, right? That is the, I don't know, that is the spike, right? You need a spike to start that. And that is the spike, the story of Abraham. So that's what I think that word translate to me, right? Musalla. Okay? So, I don't know what you think, guys, but I'll leave you a comment in it. Tell me what you think, right? Or what you thought before I said. What you thought that word means before I said what it means, right? That's all. Peace out.